Yo, yo, yo. Da, 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 da. Get my music going. How's it going? How's Jada and Punk? Breeds, yo. Man, I wish I could play music with you guys on here and still upload it to YouTube. That would be cool. So how are you guys doing? Oh, why is it not? My music's not playing. It's all the rage. Oh yeah. Whoop. Hello. Dude, still no music? Oh, this is gonna kill me. Oh. Oh no, there it is. You're not playing Skyrim this time? Lies. Lies. Is it Dawn gone? Hello. How's it going? Oh, it is cold in here. It's getting colder. Oh, you posted your stuff in Whip? Oh, that's looking... Yep. Yeah, man. All right. We will look at that near the end of the stream, and we'll go to town. There's also a substance to look at, and an axe. And a pair of hands. Not just one hand, but a pair of hands. And then actually there's an image in here that we'll go over, like how I would try and approach it. See how that sounds. Anyways, okay, let's. So yesterday I was working on this guy. I'm just going to keep going. I've decimated it down, and now I'm in. I literally have not closed anything. Now I'm in Modo. And I'm just doing a Retopo pass on it. Shouldn't take too long. We shall see. Yeah, Reed's making us look bad. Reeds be a beast. Oh, my fingers. Mospheric, how you doing? Also, it's been requested of me to make a video that's kind of like a beginning to end discussion on like how I go about this whole process. I think I'm gonna use a Wacom while I do this. What's up, James Bond? How you doing? Ben's in here now too. Quilly Willy, buddy guy. Did you see Reed's thing in Whip? It looks freaking beastly. I'll tag you in there. It's looking hot sauce. All right. Oh, that's not awkward at all. Shit. Hang on here. How do we... Oh man, when your hands are cold, it's the worst. What's up, RG? Is it Quesadilla Man? Is that... Did I read that right? I hope I did. That's amazing. How you guys doing? There's some new faces in here. Do I build the environments in UE Unreal first? The Unreal editor? Melbris, thanks for the follow, buddy. You the best. Okay, let's see here. So, you're asking about this guy. Okay, so here we are in Unreal. What I did is blocked out modular pieces in like a blockout state, kind of like this piece, or these, and then just kind of made them all fit together, and then started replacing them with art like this. So initially it is just all block out. Maybe this is a better example. Corner piece, straight piece, different size straight piece, different size straight piece. So there's four pieces here, and then an inverted piece here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is a little overkill. You could probably get rid of these two, and then just replace it with this one and just let it clip through the wall. So in that case, we would just have 1, 2, 3 pieces, and with those 3 pieces, we could make all of this, all these details here. So it's a like modular mindset. XNSY1, nice to see you. Ooh, yeah, that's some coffee. Dazzo, welcome to stream. Jopai, hello, hello, hello. Dude, man, how you doing? How you doing, dude? Dude, man. So, let's see here. So, see these steps? I've blocked these out, right? Then I took this blocked out corner piece, took it into, into Modo. Is this the right one? Let me see. Yeah, so then I blocked it all out, added the blocked out details, and then brought it into ZBrush, chopped it up, and then chipped the hell out of it. Notice me, senpai! And then I decimated it down so that it's possible to have in Modo and not like eating all of the frame rate up. And now I'm doing a retopology of it over the top of it. So this is the decimated version. You can tell too, and you see the wireframe. It's much lower, even though it's kind of crazy still. So we're just, we'll probably spend the stream working on this guy and then just answering your guys' questions. And then we'll do some critiques on stuff that popped up in the Discord. Dude, coffee. It's good shit. It's good shit. Also, the retopoing tools for Modo are just awesome. And I don't know how many people were here, but this morning I was streaming. I don't know why I do that to myself. It's probably why I'm having a hard time keeping the video uploading rate on YouTube steady with the actual streams. See if I can like space these out a bit more. The base model, when you say base model, do you mean this piece? Yeah, basically I decimated down a lower quality version of this one. You can see this one's for sure like way too high. Like look at that poly count on that, it's stupid high. So it's like you can't really use that efficiently in Modo. So brought a lower quality version into here, and then from here I just kind of work on building an actual low poly that will bake all of the normal map information onto, and all the other maps, of course. This can probably just be straight like that. We'll see. This is really difficult to work on with my hands being so cold. I do use Modo at work as well. So I was a 3ds Max user when I went to Massive Ubisoft, and my lead taught Modo at a university, I believe. And I've told him in the past I've been interested in Modo, and he luckily enough let me just kind of learn it while working. So you can imagine how slow I probably was, because I didn't know what I was doing. It took me about 2 weeks to get used to that. And then now I feel like I'm up to speed. I'm about as fast as I was, maybe a little bit faster in Modo than I was in Max. Trying to decide what to do about these pieces here, because those are pretty detailed. What does that do, man? I like how the wire for the earphones has been thought about. Oh man. Yeah. Yeah. That stuff works wonders. Actually, that's how crazy I got into StarCraft. At one point, I was using that while I was playing StarCraft. Why is that not? There we go. Dude, yeah, I was streaming. That's what got me into streaming is StarCraft. I don't know if you guys have read my description stuff in the stream, but and that's how I learned that like connecting with a community is actually really, really fun. And then ever since then, I was always looking for a way to connect with communities. That's why I'm so active in the division community, the division community, and now I can do this. So now I'm getting better at my own craft at the same time as connecting with you guys and helping you guys with your craft, and we're just all crafting. It's great. Feels good, man. Oh, come on. Listen to me, Vert. Listen to me. Oh, my hand. The fingers, man. Follow-up Modo question. Do you use default navigation or do you switch it? So I've switched it. But the only thing that I've switched is the this thing, which is crazy. So normally this is how you expect to be able to navigate space. By default, in the drawing and control window, the very bottom here, mouse control, there is default for trackball rotation. And that gets really confusing. I think you can get used to it though. It basically allows you to work upside down freely and not worry about like orientation and like I can go left and right while upside down, which is really nice. You just have to get used to it. The outside of the space, like look at that. It's pretty jarring. So if you're having a hard time with Modo, I strongly suggest turning this to no for till you're used to it, till you're used to Modo. And then if you feel like it, you can go and start using that. Since I've gotten used to Modo, using that is actually pretty good. Doesn't bug me as much as it used to. And I actually, I see the benefits to using it. I just haven't fully switched over to myself. That trackball rotation. Like you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing. Whoa, what is going on there? Did I accidentally do an extrusion? Yes, I did. Good though, I like answering your guys' questions. When I was learning 3D, Twitch wasn't around. All we had was polycount. So I'm totally down to answer all of your guys' questions. As long as they're not some NDA breaking madness. Of course. Of course. Where would we be without rules? Oh wow, there's a lot of you guys in here now. Hey Jar. 666. What's up? Welcome to the stream. Tell me everything about your current projects. No. Oh. Man, we're getting some weird Modo stuff. Maybe I should probably restart Modo. Getting some like movement issues. Like I'm trying to move the vert along the surface, but it's like, nah man, that's not what I'm supposed to do. Like that? Whoa, I'm just going all right, and it's just kinda not, but kind of. We're gonna leave that. What is the command for selecting two verts and making an edge between them? Control L. I'm like so used to it I forgot. C. See, I have no idea what C is doing. Oh, select through is C. That toggles select through. I need to do a video on just like hotkeys that I commonly use in Modo. That'd be a good one. Oh, see? What is this? What is this madness? I bet you there's some crazy vert stuff going on down here. Just do that and call it good and see what happens. Ugh. Dude, what is going on? Okay, I'm gonna restart Modo really fast. After it lets me save, there we go. Good Mush, what's up? Welcome to the stream. Andrew, nice to have you back. Welcome Ilar one. You guys all have cooler names than me. I can probably close that now. Kaljar, what's up? Visceral, how you doing? Oh, you got your Max shortcuts confused with Modo? That's horrible. I understand. So I guess while we're in Retopo land, I can talk about some of the stuff that I use when I retopo. So I've changed the hotkeys between topology pen to shift and pen to shift whatever that button is next to the number 1. It's like tilde, I think is the term. So I just tap shift, and then if I hold shift down, I can start pulling on edges. Sometimes I'll cap holes and then just shift T will triangulate them, and then I just clean up what I don't want triangulated. If you have this triangulated and you want to turn the triangulation, you press V. You can just flip those. It's pretty nice. The reason I have the pen tool as shift tilde is it allows me to just draw like how I would envision the low poly shapes to be. Or the grave key. You need to change something in Modo to start models to model stuff in Unreal Engine 4 or Unreal Engine. All you need to do is so if say this is my mesh, all you need to do is right click on this one and export selected and export it out as a FBX. 2015 is probably preferable since I believe it pulls more information in. And then drag that FBX into this window down here, your content browser. Once it's in there, then it's as simple as dragging out the piece, and then you have it. Hopefully that was the answer you were looking for. Okay, now onto the pen tool. So the pen tool I really like because it allows me to just draw verts. So I can be like, okay, I'm imagining where things are going to connect. So maybe like that, right? Like, all right, cool. That looks like correct. And then I just hold shift and then start pulling edges off of it. Helps immensely for speed, because like for a shape like this, I know that it's gonna be like that, and then I can just connect those and then extrude this edge. I can even kind of fake it the same way, where I just extrude along the shape and then widen after the fact. The pen tool also allows you, if you're near a vert and click, it will just at the end of the process weld those together because they're so close. Sometimes it doesn't. Let's see. Yeah, that welded. Just connect these up. And one thing you'll always see me doing is rotate like this and just check for things like this. You want to make sure that you're matching your silhouette closely, because the moment you're not is the moment you're baking details out to a shape that doesn't necessarily actually represent what's there in the high poly. Too many hotkeys to remember. My God. You can check it out on the VOD maybe afterwards. Oh, what have I done? There we go. See that? I connected way down here. So yeah, sometimes I'll just sit here and like solve these shapes. Yeah, look how wrong that is. So you just grab these verts, start pulling on them. Looks like I'm gonna need some detail there. So just using this vert to bring that forward, just by wiggling it, it should bring it forward to where the face is. This looks like it should be there. This also looks like it should triangulate that way. We'll just pull this down. Happy verts. Do you ever use a digitizer when modeling in ZBrush? Digitizer, like a tablet? Is that what you're referring to? I've never heard of a digitizer. Could be wrong though. Maybe that's what they're called. Wouldn't that be crazy? Best feeling in the world, bridging the gap. Well, when it works. Yeah. Flipping normal on a face is just F. So you just select a bunch of them, press F, and now they're flipped. You're currently learning 3D sculpting? Yeah, it's yeah, sculpting's crazy. it's weird. What's weird is like as I've been learning digital sculpting, it's gotten more traditional, which is amazing when you think about it. Like the gap between 3D sculpting and real sculpting is narrowing. Like the whole idea of Dynamesh, man, when that came out, I was like, wait, that's amazing. I don't have to worry about some of the problems I had before with this, like how topology works, and I can just, concentrate on actually making the piece. So you can see this cuts in pretty deep in there. I'm debating right now if I should build to that. I think I'm going to. That works for me. I love it. You guys are giving me tons of questions tonight. I love answering questions. But yeah, I do use a tablet. Not all the time. If it's something really simple, it's whatever. I mean, some of the early stuff, like, this is funny. So, this guy, and even some of this guy, and the corner, where are we at here? This corner piece. I ZBrushed all that with a pen. Because it just couldn't really be bothered to open up some of the other tools, aka my tablet. I'm like, lazy devs. Now the reason I'm adding geometry on the top here, even though there's not much detail, is it gives me room for vertex painting if I need to. Like if I decide, which I probably will in the near future once we get some more pieces involved, to make it so that I can paint where moss is on these pieces. And it's going to be much easier if I have verts to work with. So just trying to think a little bit ahead. Oh man, just started watching House of Cards finally. On season 1, episode 2. Yeah, most people do just say tablet, don't they? While the rest argue how it's pronounced. Wacom? 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 Whack-a-mole? I have no idea how you say it. Whack-a-mole? Must be whack-a-mole. It's the only logical answer. Has to be, right? Whack-a-mole. Whack-off? Yes, whack-off. Oh yeah, hang on. Let me just get my whack-off tablet out. Papaya, welcome to the stream. CZ Waru, welcome. Welcome, welcome. Provider HD. Providing all the HDs. Welcome to the stream. Sorry, I'm catching all you lurkers out in the open. Catching you with your pants down. If you can't tell already, the coffee is rather strong today. I'm saying weird things. It's like I can hear myself saying it, but can't stop myself. It's kind of weird. Aloha, mate. Whack 'em. You guys are awesome. Whoop. Do not weld. Hey, dude, man, you hear Chris is gonna start streaming again? He's gonna stream, if I remember correctly, he's going to stream Titanfall with his sick stream overlay stuff. Oh, I got a follower. Who is it? Who is it? It's Papaya. Thanks for follow, man. Or dude, or dudette, or man, dude, dudette, girl, person. Human being. Playing some TF2 together. Awesome. Good old TF2. Gotta get those hats, man. Dude, some people made so much money off of that stuff when they started making the vanity stuff. Oh my gosh. Have you ever looked into that, dude, man? CZ Woru. That's a difficult one. Thanks for the follow. You the best. Yes, you'll notice that I tend to work around the outsides of a mesh. Usually I'm just concentrating on capturing the edge profile details, because the rest is usually a flat surface, right? So like if you can get these corner pieces right, the rest just kind of happens. It just kind of works. My phone's vibrating. I did not. Where is it? I did not need it. Dude. Man on a bike. What's up? I gotta mute this guy. Hang on here. See, that's like the number you're seeing though, right? That's the number the consumer is seeing. The numbers of like, dude, when the first hat packs came out for Team Fortress, there were people that I recall making $60,000 after taxes and after Valve's cut. I was like, oh shit. That's crazy. Like, just get the giant eyes. Like, that's insane. Man on a bike. I'm doing good. How are you? I guess I already asked you because you're telling me how you're doing now. That's not awkward at all. Happy to see you. Happy to see you in the stream. Things are good though. I'm having fun as usual. Just doing what I do. Chat with you guys. I need to get the VOD up from last Thursday. And I think I should probably force myself to do that before I put the VOD up for this one. BS vote manipulation? Huh. So I'm retopoing in, I'm going to assume that the reason I manually retopo has a lot to do with when I started in the industry. And I must be having a hard time, like, letting go of the fact that, like, you can tell a tool to do it for you now. The ones, like, it's just, maybe it's because I'm too picky, because the one that's in ZBrush is surprisingly good, but just not good enough. Like, I don't know if that makes sense. Like, it's almost there. It's doing like one or two things. I'm just like, nah, don't do that. And there's no way around it. I mean, I guess I could take what it makes and then try and, like, make it work for me and delete a lot of it and remove things that aren't working and just call it good. But then at that point I'm like, I'll just make it. This is surprisingly relaxing too. It's probably just not the funnest thing to watch, which I apologize. I anticipate within the next, like, 5 years, we probably won't be making low polys anymore. We'll have a complete system that just does it for us. Like, voxelizes the mesh and then just goes ape crazy. Or what do we say in the US? Ape shit. And then just output exactly what you want. Characters, props, everything. All we'll do is make stuff in things like ZBrush. I think the next big thing that's coming is procedural modeling, in the sense of, like, I can give it this blockout mesh, right? And then, similar to Substance Designer, design the destruction around the edges procedurally. I tell you what, my productivity is way up because of the stream. It's hard to get focused. But if you guys are expecting me to stick to a schedule, all of a sudden I'm forced to be at least sitting in front of 3D at home, you know? I mean, I love doing 3D, but dude, when you're done with work, you're tired. That's just how it is. But I'm having a great time. I thank you guys for making me productive. Now I'm like, what am I doing here? That's what I'm doing. The other nice thing about doing this stuff is that, you know, maybe I can share something that you guys would be able to learn from. For sure I'm learning things from you guys. That's always nice. You don't have a job and you're tired anyways? Dude. It's, yeah. Life, man. Life's tiring. Do it, Spider. Why not? Someone out there is curious. Another hotkey for you, if you select a edge or a face and you press Control Backspace, it will merge all vertices to the center point. So like an edge, the center point's here, right? So it'll just connect. The nice thing is it knows that because these aren't connected to each other, like that, they're all touching. If they're not touching and you do it, they just know to go to the center point of each individual. So I can even do like that. It's awesome. It's really good for optimizing. Except I want that vert. Division, cough, division. Oh man, there's way more messages flooding in now. Hang on, I feel like I missed some stuff. What do I think about that? What is this? I'm checking out your link you sent me. Oh yeah, so those landscape scenes that people will make just with the stuff that already exists, it's pretty cool. I mean, especially for the Vista stuff in the back. It's pretty spot on to a lot of stuff other than like when there's giant clouds that they're layering on top of each other like intensely. You got to be careful with like overdoing it. You get this thing called overdraw, which does not make people happy because engines are not happy. Let me catch up in chat here for a second. So if you think that is the best way to go, I was just wondering, what? Hang on. Why am I not seeing the full message? Quixel or Substance? Substance. Quixel is good as well, though. They're not. I mean, Substance is, I feel like, is more of like for large studios, whereas Quixel is very good for indie studios or like artists that are working individually inside of one studio. But if you need like sweeping pipelines, maybe Substance is a better answer. You weren't able to get good bakes. Hotkey F. Specific hotkeys are fantastic. How many polys can Substance Painter handle when baking? So are you talking about when it's looking at the high poly to bake the information? Because that is, I would say, is pretty high. The last thing I baked, the low poly was sitting at a vertex density similar to like what you're seeing here, but for the whole object. But the high poly was like 40 million. And it only took like, I don't know, 5 minutes? Something like that. Let's see. Titanfall 2. Oh, dude, man. I'm just reading your message. All right. How's it doing, Rob? Sergeant B Rabbit, right? Welcome to the stream. This is what I am working on. So right now I'm making the low poly for this shape that is coming out of here, out of ZBrush. So this is the high poly model. We'll take this object and we'll bring it into Substance Painter. We'll bake down all the information onto this guy when it's done and unwrapped. And then we will bring it in here and add it to this scene. Basically, once I have that piece, I can make this one and this one. Then we'll, we already have the steps, but I might iterate on the high poly and rebake those to fit the new layout. And then we go on to the next piece, which might be this one. I'm not sure. One thing I know is with all the pieces that I made for here, it would be in my best interest to try and salvage the high poly to fit this shape. If I can skew it enough without it looking weird. and then just build a low poly again for it, reding it up, build a low poly, and then bake it again. But yeah, this is, if I play here, this is what I'm working on. I'm doing it through this stream with you guys. You guys can learn stuff. You can see how to not do things sometimes and how to do things most times. But yeah, that is what we are doing. I'm doing good, Rob. It's nice to see you in the stream. There's a lot of people in here. If this is your first time here, welcome. Do I like Blizzard Entertainment? Yeah, I have an uncle that works there. The studio's dope. I like the stuff they make, and the way they integrate changes through the community. It's good. It's good. I like it. So I've asked this before, but is the echo gone to you guys since I've moved the mic? Or is it like, I guess, is it much less? Because that's really what we want to know. Oh man, we're getting a lot of stuff in the work in progress on Discord. If you guys have not been to our Discord, it's right here. It's primarily English. I know that we have some people in there right now that are having a hard time communicating with us. But yeah. I'll continue to try. But there's a lot of people posting in the work in progress section now. So near the end of the stream, we'll look at their stuff. Because I think it's awesome. This is not going to work. What is going on here? There we go. It's 9:03, man. I don't know if we'll get this guy done in the stream time. Mainly because I haven't solved the bigger issues, which are these details. To low poly those is going to be a pain. I'm probably going to, we'll start it so I can show you guys. I'll probably make a pattern for one of them, and then I'll just dupe it across, weld it all together, and then call that the low poly. How do the Blizzard cinematics? With skill. Like, those guys are crazy. I would love to work on the Blizzard cinematics team. I could always stream longer. Oh man, that is currently not an option. I have to have some semblance of personal life, right? what I have been doing is getting up earlier and just streaming with music on, and I'm calling those focus streams. So if you get lucky, you can catch those. And those are usually like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. I get up at like 5:30 in the morning, and just turn the stream on. And there's a good reason why you're not hearing me on the mic. It's because I probably sound like Barry White. You guys think you want to hear that, but you do not. Ugh, this is gross. I'm gonna clean this up. Make sure this is all connected. Cool. Some of the edges I get when I'm building this stuff is not the best. So normally when I stream, you're at work. Is that around like right now? Normally you'd be at work right now? So right now, it is 9 p.m. my time, Swedish time. I usually start at 8 my time and end at 10. Then I go to bed at like 11:30 or something like that, somewhere around there. Sometimes a little later, which is really rough in the next morning. But then I wake up at 5:30, turn the stream on, and then just go for it. Turn some music on, let you guys listen to that if there's any of you around. Morning streams tend to be pretty quiet. It's good though. Get a little bit more stuff in so that you guys don't have to see me just keep going through the same stuff. Oh, that turning is nice. So you don't want long triangles like this. You tend to get some lighting issues quite often with that. So we'll just start turning edges till we see stuff we like. Like that. That's much nicer. You get big triangles. What is going on here? What? Aha! I see. There we go. Oh, don't want that. Well, you guys got quiet now. Because they're all playing the Division, aren't you? I kid. Although, boy, man, that 1.4. Oh, maybe this goes that way. You're working? You are working. Maybe I'll work with you someday, Rob. This industry is quite small, man. It's kind of weird when you think about it. That's some advice I could always give someone. Don't ever be an ass. Our industry is so small, if you're an ass to one guy, you're an ass to like 10% of the industry. They will remember you. Gotta be careful. It's like when in doubt, or you know, being normal and a human, don't be an ass. Super true. Awesome. Dude, to give you an idea of that, so when I worked at Monolith, I worked with some really good people. They were all awesome. And just to give you an idea of how small the industry actually is, one of the narrative guys on our team was one of the original narrative guys at Monolith. So I worked with him in 2010 or 11, and now he's in Sweden, all the way like the other half of the world, and we work in the same building again. How crazy is that? Our industry's crazy, man. It's weird. And I love it. It's like its own little community. A little corner area is going to be a problem. And now it's not. Nice. I have not wiped him yet. If there's one thing I've learned as well, him being American, that might freak him out a little bit. We're surprisingly not comfortable with that idea. Like, go see your friend off to the airport and you shake his hand. Like, dude, he's your best friend. Why are you shaking his hand? Give him a hug. We're weird, man. And that is how Europe has changed me. It's good. It's good. Oh yeah, this is a handy one. So You're like, oh, I want to... Oh, it works here, I guess, because this edge is here. Let's see here. For science. Alright, so if you select this edge, Alt-C adds a loop, right? You're like, oh man, it goes all the way through. I don't want it to go all the way through. You can select this and do Shift-C. And you can draw a line. Once you let go, you can see you have these 2 points. Once you let go of that line, so I let go. Whenever I click, now that plane that I've drawn out will move in 3-dimensional space with where my mouse is being the center of that plane. So I can do this, put this wherever I want, and hit spacebar, and now I just have an edge for that specific face. So you see I did it over here just because I wanted a slice right down the center there. And I can just connect, clean that up a bit. The main reason is so that I can connect these pieces a little better. Super handy. Yeah, super, super handy. Actually gonna connect these and delete that one. So that area, I'm just going to ignore that little cut in area, mainly because that's probably going to be behind the stairs. Like that probably takes place right back here. This one, however, is probably right here, so we should solve that one. You can see I'm seeing like the polygons in the back, which can kind of make it difficult to see. Just select those and hide them. It's just H is hide. Just don't forget about them. You'll end up retopoing over them, and you're like, why aren't any of these verts connecting? It's because they're already connected to things. And you're screwing it up, Jerry. You're just screwing it up. Cellar Phantom, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Blah blah blah. Cat Moke or Mock. Welcome. So many new faces in here. It's nice to see all of you. I'm officially out of coffee. This is not good, guys. It's not good. Probably can't see any of these details. No. No, no, no. Alright, well. That settles that. Just gonna go past it. Oh, it's so sad. I think I'll just, see, this is poor planning, guys. Poor planning. Shouldn't have spent time on that little corner. Perfect. Flawless victory. Hey, mate. Oh, this area is a little on the weird side. Let's try connecting that, and then we'll move this up. Works for me. Is this how most games are made? No, not necessarily. It really depends on some stuff. It also depends if it's an open world game versus a game like Uncharted can be treated a little differently. Uncharted would probably go with a little bit more of an approach like this. But they do have specific techniques for each process, so it really depends. And from project to project, that might change as well. So like, oh, we have a new way we want to try and do said thing. Like, I know last game we did it this way, but let's try it this way this time, because I think we can actually save time and money by doing it the other way. So you try that, and then you see if you're right or wrong. But in the end, you end up making things a little bit differently almost every single time. That's why it's good to get familiar with process and like understanding just like why people are trying to do the things that they're doing in 3D. That way, because it's like you're always learning. It's always this crazy learning process. The moment you quit learning is the moment you start falling into the distance. That excited someone. Firehead16, thank you for the follow. You, sir, are a leader. I don't know what that means, but yes, you. Leading the front. Because you can't lead from the back. No idea. Tink. Tinkamy, hello. Oh, I went for the coffee that doesn't exist. Water time. Oh man, thanks for the follow, Captain. A hero. You were but a hero among us peons. What time are we looking at here? It is 9:24. I think at 9:30 I will start looking at your guys' stuff since there's so much. When I say so much, I mean like 4 things or so. I mean, talk about exciting. I just heard myself say what I talk about exciting in the most like monotone voice ever. Trust me, I'm excited. I can't wait to do this. Yeah, CSGO is made much more primitively, like for sure. Hey, Fear. Yeah, so, I mean, if you think about it, the reason CSGO is like that, and it's actually surprising to see how much detail they've added in the recent builds, is because it's an esport. Pros know exactly where the collision is, where it breaks, how things are positioned. And the moment you change that is the moment you're changing the meta, right? That stuff you gotta be super careful with, because that at that point you're playing with someone's sport, right? It's like if you made a football field and then changed the length of the football field just by a little bit, but didn't tell anyone, and then put helium in the ball or something, just to offset the weight slightly. I think they call that cheating. Let's see. It's all BSP blocks in engine that they texture. It's performance as well. Yeah, they need to have super high frame rate, because the moment that the frames hiccup on you and you're in like the middle of a match that's gonna cost you thousands of dollars, and the frame like hitches and you die because of it, dude, that's like, you can't be doing that. You can't be toying with people's lives like that, man. Yeah, it isn't a game anymore. It's someone's livelihood, their reality. I bet I can get this done in the morning. Yeah, that'll be good. Would you texture or bake from the high res? Yes, I will eventually. There isn't a lot of modularity either. Do I earn a living with it? Yeah, so right now, Fear and... Where are we at here? Fear and Quilly Willy. I'm sure there's some others in here that I'm just not seeing right now, because the list is crazy long. You guys are all just hanging out in here listening to me talk about nothing. We all work at Massive Entertainment. I've been making games for almost 10 years. And yeah, this is what I do. This is what I love. Oh, I've just realized that that slice tool, I have split toggled on here, so it's like separating those out. Make sure those are connected. I don't know what you guys would use for, what do you call it? Like an emoji, but do you guys want to dump some emojis in chat? This is the first time I'm officially asking for this. I can't believe I'm about to ask for this. Drop some emojis in chat for Fear work, because he just got hired full time. Bam! How exciting is that? How do you deal with burnouts, or do you not have them? Yeah, fists. Hype, hype, hype. Fear. How do you deal with burnout? Well, so the first thing is watch what you're doing. Burnout happens in any industry, right? What is going on here? There we go. I'm just bubbling that edge. Don't mind me. So burnout is a pretty serious thing. I would suggest at first paying attention to yourself. Do not overtask yourself, which is difficult when you have really high ambitions. Try to surrounding yourself with friends would help a lot, because they will let you know if you're just overdoing it. If you need to like chill out for a little while. You know, like, dude, you're just pushing yourself too hard. The other thing, let me think here. What else can you do to deal with burnout? Oh man, so cool. We got emoji action going on. You guys are the dopest. You guys are the peeps. I guess it's just paying attention to what you're doing. If you feel like you can't get your stuff done within the 8 hours allotted, you're either being overtasked or you're tasking yourself too much, and you probably need to be talking to your producer about that. And yet just paying attention to like your stress and stuff. If you feel like you're overdoing things, then you're probably eventually going to burn out. Like that's the main reason my streaming that I'm going to be doing in the mornings is not going to be it's labeled focus streams. That way I don't have to obligate myself to doing them. And if I need to, I can just sleep in that morning, and it doesn't matter. Is the only thing I really need to worry about with the stream is making sure that I maintain communication in the Discord, and that I maintain the schedule that's been set forward. Because I guess you could argue right now that I'm doing a lot of stuff, and if I'm not regimenting the planning just right, I could like, you know, burn out really easily. they're emotes, not emojis. What's this one? Matt Johnson, what's going on, buddy? Do you get to work on Snowdrop? Yes, I do. I will actually, in the near future, I will post it in the Discord, which you can join here. In the near future, also post it on Twitter, I'm going to be actually using that editor on a live stream and show you guys what we do at work. I'll be propping in the game live on the internets. I'm actually super excited about it and a bit nervous, but whatever. I stream already, it shouldn't be any different. Quilly Willy. Woo, woo, fear. Okay, so I've solved all of that, and now I need to start getting into this mess, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow. That way you guys aren't getting bogged down with it. All that detail. Hopefully that answered your questions on like burnout and stuff like that. Because yeah, you just have to be hyper aware about it for your own health, right? I'm like trying to find a good. No, that's probably gonna be it. So that's another thing I really like about our studio. We do not shy away from the man love. It's great. I'm a little stressed at work. I just go over to like Matthew, give him a back rub. You want a massage? Because I really need to get the stress out. And he purrs like a cat, and then I'm like, okay. All right, let's save this, and we will get to Discord now. So here is the Discord. Let me see what it looks like on stream. You can see I got all my other stuff. I've got my Elite Dangerous stuff. I've got the Division. I've got the 3D modeling, art section, bombshell jackets. Shout out, DZR, and Pie Cake Headshot. Don't ask on that one. Get out of the house, go to the bar, take a walk, or see a movie. If you do this 8 hours a day and then go home to the PC or games, you will burn out. Yeah, you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Okay, so we're gonna scroll up here. First off, let's see here. We've got Tardy. He's building this scene. It's block out so far. Looks like it's in Unreal. It's going off this reference, which is quite small, but believe I asked him what it was, and it was a reference. It's a mosque location. There's some cool reference imagery in there too. Look at this stuff though. Look at that. That's cool. So how would you go about making this? I would probably make a tileable of this with the height maps bumping up every once in a while in certain areas, and then make these make like three or four of these wood pieces, and then just push them into where the areas start to spike up. This is easily could be a substance material. Let's see what else is here. We got this guy. Surprise. Haven't been looking at that all day. These hands look pretty cool. I'm not a character artist, so I just go off of what feels weird. And right now what feels weird with these hands is the fingers feel a little older, like scale-wise, than the hand. So like the hand is like a younger hand, and the fingers have grown more. So like maybe these are need to be slightly thinner and then maybe a little bit shorter. This width here feels correct with this area, and then it quickly like scales up. I don't know. Maybe that's. This looks cool. This axe looks super awesome. I'm gonna open the original here. Where is the epic pen? I've got this thing called the epic pen. It's awesome. Get the Wacom out. It is 9:39. We've got all the time in the world right now. At least for the next 20 minutes. So, epic pen. Let's see here. Control Shift 3, Control Shift 5. Why is that like that? That's all right. This shape is cool. This is good. This is really good. You're gonna get a sick AO from this. Like normals are gonna look nice on this as well. Need to make the pen bigger. There we go. Oh, what is that? That's a highlighter. Okay, cool. Overall, this looks really, really cool. There's a cool curve here. I like how it curves up like this. This looks good. This area right here feels a little geometric. Like I can see what it used to be before it was sculpted, if that makes sense. Maybe just softening out this edge slightly or adding some cuts into it will probably fix that feeling. Other than that, I mean, everything looks pretty cool. This pattern here, just get used to these hotkeys. This pattern here feels a bit strange, like you expect. So if we looked at it from a side view, like if I put the camera on the side here, right now what it's doing is it's going down and then doing this and then going up and going back out like that. So that's me looking down at like this. What you might want to try is doing this. Bevel that edge. Do it again over here. This edge is beveled. And then V in. You'll get really nice gradients on the inside patterns there. You're getting it a little bit here, you can see. I don't know if you can see. Let's see if I can. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. Oh my god. Wacom pens and zooming into pictures is horrible. Yeah, you can see it a little bit right here. There's that gradient, that nice gradient that's happening there. If you get that in here where you have a gradient maybe about that wide on both sides, that's going to look super good and it'll be nice and deep and you'll get the nice details in there. This is cool, the top wood piece here. Maybe this corner piece is sticking out a little too much. This is super nitpicky shit, by the way. Overall, this thing looks awesome. And I look forward to seeing it painted in substance. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, so substance, more substance. So just as a heads up to everyone, I was told that this is work in progress, so it's not really fair to critique. So if you look at the details in here, this stuff right here, super nice. Getting this breakup, really good. I don't know if you're tilting them at all. It looks like you are, because this angle here versus this angle, or these straight lines, it looks like there's tilting happening. From a side view, maybe look at tilting. Oh man, that's there's no way to draw that. Think about taking your bricks and tilting them like this as well, or like this. That way you just get a little bit more unevenness. Yeah, so just a little bit of tilting in all aspects would be really good. And then your grout detail, like you have some really good stuff here with the little like pock marks in the brick. Maybe getting an inverse of that in here, scale wise, like getting those little details in the little crevices and stuff. Every once in a while, maybe getting a larger one, or maybe one that looks like it used to be part of this brick in here. Let's see if I can. Just, yeah, some larger chunks of just smaller things that are smaller, larger chunks. There's some tips for you. Just filling in details in there so that you get some more substance to them. If this is on the ground and has not been freshly laid down, these these gaps will easily be much more filled with stuff, like rocks, cigarette butts, which you probably don't want in your texture. Although I think it looks really cool when you do it. It just brings that little extra bit of life. And then a slight bit more color variation in the bricks. Maybe some edge wear highlighting. Yeah. Overall, though, it's looking really cool. I like this stuff. That's pretty cool. This stuff's really good. I like how this detail is sparse. Like, it's not everywhere, but it's like throughout. Like, it's there. Yeah, it's good. That's laid out pretty nicely. And then the plane for, like, the grout on the inside between the bricks, having that kind of wobbly a little bit will give it a bit more of an organic feel to it. So, like, you'll get a little even further away from procedural. In general, though, this is looking pretty solid. How many substances have you made prior to this one? Because it is crazy how much you learn with each substance you try. Like, bricks is like a highly suggested one just because it gets you to learn about stuff like this. Bark is really good. Quilly Willy, are you in chat still? And what is up? Too Much Coffee, welcome back to the stream. Top Keek, RS, welcome. Hanzos, welcome to the stream. Welcome back. Neon Paradigm, welcome. Meliato, nice. Feel free to link your Gumroad, Ben, if you want, in chat. Ben does substances, and he did a lot of breakdowns that he's letting out for free that are on his Gumroad. Yeah, you notice some progression between from substance to substance. You learn things. I'm just gonna circle things that I like while we're talking. Oh, let's see. Okay, we got another one that's about to make everyone, including myself, look really bad. Are you ready for this? I think it's coming up. Oh yeah, here it is. All right, dropping the knowledge bombs. Skills. Okay, so what we got here is basically pure madness. And by pure madness, I mean highly, highly impressive. Is this still in the CryEngine? Looks like it is. It looks like it is. So I don't know if you've worked on the candle stuff at all. I'm going to use a green because it's going to be easier to see. Is this? Yeah. So this gradient on the wall here looks much better. It's not so hot. Density of props here looks really good. I see you've got some chipping there. Yeah. Let's see here. What else are we looking at? This looks good, but is a little terrifying. I don't know why you would put a candle on some flammable materials. Maybe think about compositionally. I can see why it's there. Down here is pretty dark. I don't know if I think it's okay that it's that dark. I'm just trying to see. There's details down there that are drawing me down there. I might look at how dark the materials are on this object. Like in your shadows down here, your materials are getting pretty dark. This looks really good now. Did you end up turning this into one asset, or did you decide to keep them separate? Because it looks like there's AO inside of them now. Maybe you've just tuned the real-time AO. Foliage looks good. Saturation-wise, they look pretty good. It's really nice to see the details inside of the windows now on the back side of the Coliseum. This is really cool. I'm not sure. I might exaggerate the size. I would play with the size of these flags a little bit just to see if they look better wider. This tower looks great, by the way. Candles are looking really good. You can see the dripping wax on the previously used candles. I would say that this pole for the candle holder is pretty straight. Maybe think about adding a loop or two and just slightly nudging it just to give it, like I would add a loop here and a loop here and grab this one, nudge it this way a tad, and then bevel it so that that gets averaged out over a wider space, and you won't ever see like you'll break the illusion of a straight line without having to like commit to how would you word it? Wouldn't have to commit to like sculpting it or dinging it up or whatever. I mean, even adding a normal map that's got some bends to it or stuff like that, just to break up this highlight, will fix it as well. Pods dropping the bombs. Composition could use some work. If I had to say anything about the composition, so the layout is not bad. Like where everything is positioned is not bad. It's the busyness. Like it can easily become really busy. And like the Coliseum is not busy because it's so much further back in the background, right? If you push that just a little bit, Alexander, thank you for the follow. If you push that just a little bit further back into the atmosphere, then you'll have like, let's see here. I'm gonna erase all this stuff. So think about it like this. Oh man, hang on. Maybe I have like a bigger, we'll use a highlighter. No? Yeah, okay. So if you can take, oh Jesus. Basically take lines, drawing, skills, take all this stuff, make that your back plane, then take all this stuff. It's almost doing it right now, it's just not clear enough. Make that your midground, and then everything else is up front and forward. It will separate out your scene and give you so much depth. Depth is probably the only thing that this scene is really missing currently. Honestly, so let me think here. If I had to change the composition at all, like if I were to change things, the distance from here to here and here to here is almost equal. So the Coliseum feels like it's centered. And centering things in composition tends to be pretty hard on the eyes, just because it's not as pleasing as if you were to like, let's see here. So this line here, if you brought that here and just offset it, so then now the Coliseum's over this far, right? That gives this tower more room to breathe. And right now you have a, oh geez, now I have a giant, hang on. You have this really thin gap here. If you could make that gap like that wide and bring your tower here, now you bring the flag a bit more into focus, you get this nice rest inside between the pillar and the tower. And now you have all this room right here. Of course, you're going to have to solve, like, you're going to have to put some buildings back there. Maybe a tree on the side or whatever. I think that could help your composition. Maybe if you tilted the camera a bit more towards this direction. So it's like that. That will also shift these guys around. And you'll start getting less of these are called tangent lines. It's basically where things start to like collide with each other. Like this spot right here where the flagpole is meeting the pillar, right exactly. Try and avoid those moments. See if there's anything else. Putting the character at a lower eye level will push the... Yeah, right now the camera angle is as if I'm maybe like, I don't know, 7 foot tall, 8 foot tall. I don't know if you guys know feet. The pillars look like texture and no real geo. Yeah. I mean, are these details here modeled in? I mean, the pillars are pretty straight. It feels like there's a weird gap down here. But other than that, I don't know, the pillars aren't all that bad. I mean, they have some nice reflection stuff going on in this one over here. I think that's what I'm seeing. Just a little bit of reflection coming off of the light source as well. Maybe pushing this surface to be slightly more reflective in the map itself. So like maybe in these the lines, I forget what they're called, but like in marble you have like the veins. Having the veins less reflective than the rest of it will also kind of bring some complexity to what, like, I think what is being called out right now is this edge. Do you see how the light wraps around? Man, I can't draw with this thing. This edge here is really straight. If you can start doing that breakup with the roughness and stuff, you'll start to break that edge up, which will tend to make it a little more natural feeling, I guess. The other thing is the base of the pillar here is very shallow, so it's more of like a trim instead of a base. Maybe the base piece needs to be a similar color to this. And just a tad bit higher up so that it's got like a thick base bottom to it before it meets the wall. Other than that, I mean I'm picking every single small thing I can find because the shot is already there's so many nice things happening in it that it's like I just need to make sure that it's like perfect for you because that's the least I can do now. This line space here looks like that's the edge of a roof and the top of a roof. They're following parallel with each other. If you can find a way to either hide that or offset it. Matt Johnson, are you in the industry? I don't know if I may have missed your stuff. There, J3D. When do you pick realism over your need to make a perfect scene? I mean, making the perfect realistic scene and making the perfect scene realistic. I don't know. I think those are Wes. Oh, you're on what do you call it right now? In between awesomeness. You've been out for about a year. Do you have a portfolio? We can look at it. Like, we don't have to look at it on stream, but I'd like to look at it. Or you can join the Discord and just hang out with us. Super good for like feeding inspiration. I got laid off and was out of work for... Man, I was like ruthless though. I was out of work for a month, and I was doing an art test during my Christmas break. Yeah, I think that was in 2008 or something like that. End of 2008. But yeah, you're welcome in the Discord. But hopefully this stuff has been helpful to you, Reed. I mean, that's a lot of shit we just talked about. And it's very nitpicky. There's a bunch of small little things that will all add up to, like, you know... maybe these guys... I don't know. Maybe they might be too saturated versus the rest of the plants. Maybe look at some pictures of, like, actual areas in Rome and see, like, the color shift and see if that's there's a difference between those two. But in general, it looks really nice. Looks really nice. After you do all the stuff we just talked about, we should probably talk about mesh interaction. And that's when where this meets this and where this collides in with that, where the ground is, where stuff builds up. Basically need to do a pass where, like, stuff accumulates. Maybe you need like an alpha of wood chipping pieces that are kind of just scattered a little bit all over the ground here. Some of them came over here, right? Maybe some leaves or some twigs from the trees have come onto the ground there. This corner of the table is really blank. I think that's okay though, because you need areas to rest, because basically you have a bunch of detail here, and then area of rest. When you push the this background stuff back using atmosphere, you're gonna get more areas for your eyes to rest, which is good, because right now there's a lot of detail happening, and that's part of what's making the composition hard to read right now. Let me make sure there's not another image to look at. I think Ben's, and then I'll call it good for the stream. This was a super productive stream. You guys are active, and I'm not screwing anything up. Let's see here. Nice work though, Reed. It's like almost there. Almost. We got Ben's chipped wall paint. Substance. Dude, this is like a really hard material to do. The only thing I would say that's kind of weird right now is there's a very pen. Where you at, pen? There's a very geometric this stuff. It's very I don't know how to mathy. I don't know how to describe that one. It's very geometric. There, Jay. Anyone is welcome in the Discord. Be warned that the Discord will auto message you every time a message happens, so be sure to mute it if you don't want to get spammed. I let it spam my phone, and then I just mute my phone when I don't want to look. All right, Rob, thanks for stopping by. Have a good day at work. You're almost done, I'm sure of it. Alexander, you want to upload all of that into your head? I don't know if you want to upload my voice into your head. That sounds terrifying. But yeah, cool. If you're not already, please follow the channel. I will be back streaming in 2 days. Same time as usual. There, Jay, thank you for the follow. And yeah. You might catch me tomorrow morning. We'll see. We'll see if I'm awake or not. Get that low poly done and unwrapped. Also, I'm working on a video for the YouTube channel. That's right, there's a YouTube channel. That video is going to just kind of run the full scheme through requests. It's going to run a full scheme of blocking out a mesh, bringing it in Unreal, then prepping that mesh for ZBrush, ZBrushing it, decimating it down, bringing it into Modo, making a low poly. Pod, thanks for the follow. Unwrapping low poly, baking in Substance Painter, texturing in Substance Painter, bringing the materials and the object back into Unreal and making it look right. That sounds like a lot of shit, and it's going to be a long video, I'm sure of it. Maybe I'll break it up into some parts. That way you don't have to wait too long. And yeah, we'll get that going. Ben, we can talk more about this stuff at work too. It's looking cool though. It's super peely. It's almost like foil. Miliato, thank you for the follow. Alright guys, I will check you guys later. I'll see you in the near future. Focus, boom. Alright. Later guys.